The summer solstice is the longest day of the year, with the most daylight and the shortest night for those of us in the northern hemisphere. Ancient cultures saw the summer solstice as a time of fertility, celebration, and honoring the sun's power. And through a spiritual lens, they see the summer solstice as a moment to check in with your own self, your own light, your own energy, your truth, and your joy. So I thought we could do a little bit of that today. We know that the earth has natural rhythms, natural ebbs and flows, and so do we. And oftentimes we overlook that. There are certain times during the month, especially for women, because our hormones fluctuate so much. But there are certain times during the month where we feel more energetic or less energetic. The hormones can even start to play a role in how we feel. So sometimes during the month we feel a little bit happier or maybe a little bit sadder, but it's all an ebb and flow. So I think of the summer solstice as like a metaphor that, especially since it's the longest day of the year, and it's very symbolic of us then returning to the light. So after burnout or darkness or shadow work, it's an invitation to emerge to ourself again with softness. And nature is such a beautiful reflection or a beautiful mirror of what goes on inside of our own bodies as well. Like I said, nature moves in cycles. We have the seasons, we have the moon phases, we have the rising of the tides, we have the setting of the sun in different positions on the sky throughout the year. And it's so wild to me that our human bodies are so connected to that, but it's very subtle, so oftentimes we miss it. Like, there is something to people being a little crazy when there's a full moon, because the moon does affect us. It affects the earth and it affects us as well. Our bodies are 60% water, and the tides, the moon, all of that affects us as well. Winter tends to pull us inward. It's a time of stillness, a time of release, a time of emotional hibernation at times. Spring brings us a subtle awakening and new energy and a kind of inner thaw. And then there's summer. Summer is about expansion, visibility, joy, and it invites us to step into our light again. That's why I love marking the summer solstice. It's not just a season or an event, it's a reminder that it's safe to emerge back to ourselves after a hard season. And if you've ever felt like you are emerging back to yourself after a dark period, maybe after burnout or whatever it was that you were going through, I see you and I completely understand. I feel like I'm going through that right now. I experienced such deep burnout a year and a half ago, and now I'm truly coming back home to myself. I feel like I'm finally blooming again. I'm finally seeing my flowers again, And it's lovely, and all of us go through that. All of us go through ebbs and flows in life. So if you happen to be in a dark period now, please know that that's not going to last. You have already made it through your worst possible days. You have already made it through that.